For over 100 years, there has been a silent monopoly in the United States that has been price fixing and screwing Americans out of trillions of dollars. Seriously, if you're a renter, if you're in the market to buy or sell a home, if you sold a home in the last couple of years, even if you're a real estate agent, you're gonna wanna watch this video. I'm gonna talk about who this organization is, what legal issues led to their downfall, and 5 major benefits to all Americans with this court case. There are serious implications that can help you save hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And if you sold a house in the last couple of years, you might be entitled to compensation. The organization I'm talking about is the National Association of Realtors, the NAR. No, not the NRA, the NAR. And they are huge. To help you understand the scale of the NAR, currently 9 in 10 home sales that are sold in the United States are handled by an NAR real estate agent. They have 1.5 million members, and they created a system where you can't sell a house unless your real estate agent is a member of the NAR. I mean, if you want to see a home for sale, you see that little lockbox, the one with the little code. The NAR owns one of the largest companies that produces them and requires all their members to use their lockboxes. They literally own the trademark to the word realtor. They're a powerful organization that has long controlled the way homes are sold in the United States. They set the rules governing most real estate transactions. If you want to post a house for sale, generally you will post it on the MLS, the multiple listing service, which is owned by the NAR. But their biggest control has always been maintaining the traditional commission structure of 6%, which is paid by sellers and split between the seller's and buyer's agent. In case you never bought or sold a home, I'll briefly explain to you how this works. The seller of a home generally would hire a real estate agent to list his house on the MLS, at which point you can see it on Zillow or Redfin. This person is called the seller's agent. The buyer of a house would also hire a real estate agent to help understand their budget, their needs, and their wants, to help them find the perfect home, of course. This person is called the buyer's agent. When a home is sold, there's a 6% commission, generally split 50-50 between the buyer's agent and the seller's agent, and always paid by the seller of the house. If you didn't know this, don't worry. Many sellers didn't know either. A survey of 1,000 American sellers found that 42% of home sellers didn't know that they were expected to pay the commission for the buyer's agent. That's crazy. Here's an example. If you sell a $400,000 house, your fee is $24,000, $12,000 to the seller's agent, $12,000 to the buyer's agent. And to give you some context of how high these fees are, the US ranks #1 in the world with the most expensive fees. In Singapore, the Netherlands, and Denmark, realtor commissions are between 2 and 3%, while in Britain, they're just above 1%. Though, a few days ago, because of a massive legal settlement, the NAR's monopoly on the real estate industry is about to collapse. Over the course of the last several years, the NAR has been tied up in legal battles with a group of 5 blue-collar home sellers in Missouri. The sellers allege that the NAR engaged in illegal price fixing that artificially inflated commissions paid to real estate agents. They paid the standard 6% fee when they sold their house, but what they didn't know is that fee was negotiable. And they were also not made aware of the fact that they were paying the buyer's agent's fee as well. The key focus of the legal dispute was on NAR's regulations regarding agent compensation and the alleged lack of competition. Ultimately, the NAR was accused and found guilty of price fixing, agreeing to pay $418 million in damages. Immediately after the case was settled, the lead attorney, Michael Ketchman, made the statement, the money will be returned to the homeowners that were victims of this rigged system. The settlement not only addresses issues related to commission rates, but also aims to tackle concerns about transparency and fairness in the real estate industry. Americans pay roughly $100 billion in real estate commissions annually. It represents a significant victory for everyday Americans, and many beneficial impacts will be realized immediately. Firstly, housing prices will go down nationwide. Economists project a potential 30% reduction in commissions, which would lead to a widespread decrease in home prices. Housing prices are higher because the commission is baked into the price of the house. So if you're a seller and your agent says you have to pay a 6% fee, you're going to raise the price of your house by 6% to offset that fee. So now that fee is going to be decreased. For example, a $400,000 house would probably get uplifted by $24,000 to account for the realtor's fee, making the new listing $424,000. Now, that number might decline to 4%, saving the buyer and seller $8,000. Commission transparency is another added benefit. Buyer's agents oftentimes offer their services as free or say something along the lines that the seller's going to pay. But in reality, the seller agent has a wink-wink agreement in the background on the MLS stating how much the fee is. Oftentimes, a buyer's agent who is not getting the 3% cut will not show a buyer the home, even if it's perfect for their needs. This is no longer allowed. Buyer's agents will no longer be able to say behind closed doors what the commission payout will be, which will prevent buyer's agents from taking their buyers only to homes where they're guaranteed 3%. Wait, but there's more. I alluded to this earlier, but you may be entitled to some portion of this $418 million settlement money. This global settlement applies to almost every person in the U.S. that has sold a home in the last couple of years. So over the next couple of years, you might receive a letter in the mail that says, if you sold a home and you paid a commission, blah, 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 blah. Depending on how you answer and how much the settlement amount turns out to be, you can receive financial compensation. But some of the most impacted people are going to be real estate agents and renters. The N.A.R. is going to probably lose 2/3 of its members because of these lawsuits. But wait, there's more. Some of the most impacted people are going to be real estate agents and renters. The N.A.R. is likely going to lose 2/3 of its members because of these lawsuits. The main reason agents are members of N.A.R. is because they needed access to the MLS and home listings. But that monopoly is broken by the settlement deal. So whereas before they paid $100 plus annually to centralize listings and guarantee their commission, now that they lost in court, the NAR really doesn't do much for real estate agents anymore. So if you haven't already paid your dues this year, renters will also be downstream winners here. With those fees that the NAR collected by their agents, they spent millions of dollars to push their agenda in Washington, D.C. They lobbied for more than control of home listings and fixed commissions. They spent millions of dollars on pro-landlord policies, busting bills that would create rent control and tons more initiatives in D.C. that would help normal everyday Americans like you and I. In summary, the recent legal settlement challenges the status quo of the American real estate industry, aiming to create transparency, competition, and consumer empowerment. While the full extent of its implications remains to be seen, it has the potential to reshape agent compensations, buyer-seller dynamics, and industry practices on a national scale. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button or consider subscribing and check out one of these videos on more ways to optimize your life. Thanks for watching.